The Skysphere is a DIY project taken to another level, or another planet entirely. This futuristic man cave shows what hard work can get you. A 33-foot tall, solar-powered structure offering 360-degree views of the countryside. Williams did most of the construction himself, picking up skills like welding in the process. But all this work meant the project only cost him around $50,000 and 3,000 man-hours. With a fingerprint scan to enter the building, abundant voice-controlled features, and the ability to have beers delivered right to the sofa, this man cave is something most can only dream about.
This entry by Honomobo is the smallest of their M series. But don't be put off by the size, as it has more than enough room for a single person or couple to live comfortably. Each one is composed of a steel frame with insulated panels that are water and fire resistant. Each unit has a dinette area with a dual burner stove and stainless steel sink, as well as plenty of cabinet and counter space. A side door and a set of sliding doors at one end allow entrance into the main living area. Large windows offer plenty of natural light, while the 9-foot ceiling adds to the spacious feeling of the room. There's also a full bathroom that has an enclosed shower. Each unit comes standard with a heat pump and energy recovery ventilator, in addition to being pre-wired for solar power. Optional appliances can be added as well. Pricing on this one has not been released yet.
To get notified when a new video is posted, hit the bell icon below, right next to the subscribe button. Thank you for watching Mind's Eye Design.
Number 6. This residence is located on the Greek island of Tinos in the Aegean Sea. The 2,100 square foot single level structure has a main linear wall that runs the length of the front. The structural walls are composed of an earth and cement mixture which is poured into a mold. Sliding glass creates the boundary separating the inside and outside and can be stowed away, allowing for an open air living room. On top of the residence is an infinity pool. 12 concrete columns support the pool, making it appear as an independent floating volume. In addition to acting as a roof, it acts as a thermal insulator and protects the house from the heat of the sun. Outside of Lubbock, Texas, on a ridge overlooking the Lake Ransom Canyon, is a structure called the Steel House. Resembling a four-legged animal, the handmade structure offers 2,200 square feet of internal space spread out over 3 levels. Access is via a gangplank-style walkway which leads to a surrealistic interior consisting of uneven floors and walls that twist and turn into each other. Open living areas appear even more so due to the large curving picture windows located throughout. The house has sat unfinished and unoccupied since the death of its owner in 2008, becoming a tourist attraction for the curious.
The realities of aging are something everyone has considered at one time or another. This creation may curb any anxieties we feel in the process of doing so. A.M.I.E house was designed with the elderly and disabled in mind, even going so far as to meet all requirements outlined in the Americans with Disabilities Act. Computer-aided design was used to custom build the walls to eliminate added cost and material waste, while photometric modeling was used to develop an effective lighting plan. The design includes roof-integrated solar panels, an attached sunroom for indoor-outdoor living, and movable interior walls to accommodate the occupants' changing needs. Additional features offer zero-step entrances, a single-floor layout with widened hallways and doorways, and lever-style handles on the doors and faucets. 20% of the population is projected to be 65 and older by 2020, so it goes without saying that this is a much-needed concept for those who like the idea of aging in place.
Just like big oil companies are recognizing the integration of electric vehicles, so too are housing manufacturers branching out into factory-built mini-homes. The Ark House is part of the Vision series of homes from Green Builder Media. The framework is composed of structural wood arches that are visible from the interior. The living space is just 432 square feet, but its well-designed interior and clever storage optimize every square inch. A 10-foot high ceiling and a wall of windows combine to create the illusion of a much larger space. Building materials were selected for sustainability and durability to protect the building from wind, moisture, fire, and UV damage. The building is easily transportable. Its small footprint and independence from the grid due to integrated smart solutions make it ideal for a variety of living situations. Estimated pricing is unknown, but if you require more information, the links are posted below. Nautilus has created the only holiday home you'll ever need with this two-story design. The first floor has the living area, kitchen, and a bathroom. The second level has the master bedroom and another bathroom. Ranging in size from 500 square feet to 1,700 square feet, it comes equipped with a hanging stove, water and sewage treatment systems, and underfloor heating. A spiral staircase allows access to each level, including the roof, which can be used as a sun deck or space for solar panels. Multiple options and features are available for this one, with a base price of around $220,000. The company also has a project development team that can build you a complete marina with included floating homes built directly on your shoreline from the water up. Nope. I'm just going to say that from the beginning. In fact, if there was a museum of nope, this would be it. This cliffside dwelling is planned to be created from prefabricated modules stacked on top of each other and attached to the cliff with steel pins. Residents enter through the uppermost level, gaining access to the other levels via an elevator. The home has 3 bedrooms, a living room, kitchen, and a spa on an open-air terrace with floor plans set up so that each module becomes more private as you go from top to bottom. So if you need the perfect place to cure your fear of heights, it'll be off the coast of Victoria, Australia at some point. If you saw this structure sitting out in the middle of a field, you might wonder if you'd stumbled upon a long-lost dinosaur egg. This smart home is called the Ecocapsule. It's designed for up to 2 people, can be placed almost anywhere, and it's self-sustainable. It's made from an aluminum framework overlaid with insulated fiberglass shells. The unique shape provides a usable 67.8 square foot floor area. It includes a kitchenette area, a folding bed, an extendable desk, and a full bathroom with a waterless toilet and handheld shower. Although it can be connected to normal sources of power and water, it also has the ability for full off-grid living. The included 10 kilowatt-hour battery is charged by a solar panel providing up to 880 watts at peak and a wind turbine that produces up to 750 watts of power day and night. Water can be from any source, such as rainwater, lakes, or rivers, where it's collected and filtered prior to use. Pricing has yet to be determined, with a scheduled production date sometime in 2018.
The color of your home's front door may affect its value. According to a report from Zillow, homes with black or gray front doors fetched an average of $6,271 more than anticipated.
Ingenuity is ever present, and it struck the guys at Brett House. They have cornered a niche with their immaculate foldable houses that allow for relocation of your rest and home. The 100-cycle hinge system is what gives these innovative homes their claim to fame. Not only can you transport the Brett House foldable houses, but they also only take 3 hours to install. Every single one of your 100 installs can be on any level plane with no need for a foundation. Each of their models is made with natural, recyclable materials. Every layout is flexible, allowing room for variety or preferences. The rustic line resembles the outline of a traditional cabin and offers 3 different models to choose from, including the Rustic 15, Rustic 20, and Rustic 30. Each model increases the home's length, and each one nearly doubles in height and width when unfolded.
This initial offering from Zero Squared is called the Aurora. It looks tinier than most others, but its secret is the dual expanding slides on the front and back of the home, which bring the total living space to 374 square feet. This allows the occupant to still have the features of a full-sized home without feeling like they're sacrificing anything. Upon entering, there's a dinette area with an extendable table, a 3-burner stove, a sink, microwave, dishwasher, and a full-sized fridge. The bedroom area has a Murphy bed that raises into the wall with a shelf underneath. This allows it to double as office space when the bed is not in use. A dividing wall separates this area from the living room, which has a couch that doubles as a fold-out bed for additional sleeping space. The bathroom has a flush toilet, a sink, wall cabinet, and a shower area measuring 12 square feet. There's also a washer-dryer combo located underneath the sink. Pricing starts at a little under $89,000. These two microhomes by Nomad stretch the boundaries of living in a small space. They come in two models, the Cube, which measures 156 square feet, and the Micro, which measures 110 square feet. Both have a lower floor which has a living room, a kitchen with a dual burner range, sink and mini fridge, as well as a bathroom with a flush toilet and stand-up shower. A loft area for sleeping can be accessed by either a set of stairs or a wall ladder. Each Nomad is capable of using standard municipal services, with off-grid living made possible using solar power, atmospheric water generation, vertical gardening, and wastewater treatment systems. Multiple cube units can be connected to increase the size of the living space for larger families or to serve as a multi-function dwelling. Pricing starts at $28,000 for the Micro and $32,000 for the Cube.
EconOdome offers custom prefab building frame kits of assorted designs, new round and dome home technology, and they do the computing and precision compound cutting for you. The standard Phase 4 dome design may be fitted with arched trim boards above the doors and windows. This design's accent trim also acts as a rain canal to control rainwater flowing over the surface of the dome. The Phase 3 dome is a home kit with larger and fewer triangles. This frame kit is more complicated, difficult to complete, and due to necessary extensions at the perimeter for doors and windows, it involves more on-site custom work.
This house was built during the flying saucer craze of the 60s and 70s for a reported $250,000. The designer built it for his son on a place called, check out this name, Signal Mountain. A retractable staircase allows access to the 2,000 square foot home. In addition to the 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, the house has most of the original fixtures and lots of retro furniture. There's also a balcony in case you need to make a quick escape from that alien with that probing thingy. Although a standout when it comes to quirkiness, the house hasn't managed to retain its value. It last sold for about half of its original cost in 2008. The A.M.I.E is a 21-foot high A-frame that comes in several sizes ranging from 290 square feet up to 904 square feet. Each 2-level home comes with a dining area, kitchen, and bathroom on the lower floor with the bedrooms on the upper. Rooftop solar panels, LED lighting, water tanks, and a gray water system can easily be installed. Additionally, the electrical wiring, plumbing, and HVAC systems are already in place. The multifunctional prefab structure is shipped flat via truck to its building site. Once there, it can be unfolded and set up in about 6 to 7 hours by 3 workers. The home can be installed with or without a foundation as a temporary or a permanent structure. Owners have the option to extend the structure by adding more modules, as each one can support the home's opening and closing movement. Each home takes about 30 to 40 days to complete from the date of the initial order. The approximate price range is between $26,000 and $73,000. Okay everyone, before you run out to invest all your money in shipping containers, I'd like to remind you to hit the subscribe button below, and don't forget to click the bell icon to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from Mind's Eye Design. This single-family home in Austria is one that MC Escher himself could be proud of. The first thing that stands out is how well it blends in with the surrounding scenery, a small feat due to the facade of the house being completely covered in green astroturf. The next thing that catches your eye are the many external staircases that seem to have no purpose and lead to nowhere. Along with this are windows and doors suspended horizontally across other windows to serve as handrails. Internally, you will also find the odd items such as a door above the staircase that doesn't and shouldn't ever be open. For the most part, though, this home resembles any other normal one, having the usual bedrooms, bathroom, kitchen, and living room. This aptly named gooseneck by Alabama-based Timbercraft Tiny Homes is everything you'd need for living the outdoor lifestyle. It measures 33 feet long and 8.5 feet wide with a total living space of 416 square feet. The interior walls and flooring are made of pine with a metal roof and batten siding on the exterior. French doors open into the living room, which has an electric fireplace and a couch. The kitchen includes a full-size refrigerator, gas stove, and an above-range microwave. 2 loft bedrooms are accessed by a ladder and connected via a catwalk. A third bedroom is accessible by a set of stairs that also serve as extra storage. The bathroom has a full-size bathtub as well as a flush toilet, vanity, and sink. Pricing on this one starts at $84,000. Hey everyone, don't forget to subscribe for more amazing content and ring that bell to become part of our awesome notification team. This Madrid home, made from large structural pieces which resemble I-beams and C-channels, looks like the leftovers of an unfinished bridge. A total of 7 pieces form the building and set out from a stable point. As they move upwards, they come to a point marked by a 20-ton granite stone, which is a counterweight to the whole structure. The overall openness of the house contrasts with the dominating structural pieces. It took a year to design, but only 7 days to build due to a series of complex calculations and perfectly coordinated assembly. The total space is 4,300 square feet, including a large suspended pool. I guess provoking gravity isn't always a bad thing.
Anyone with access to a newsfeed can attest to the constant drought issues plaguing California. In addition to various water conservation methods, the state has now implemented a plan to have all newly constructed homes be ZNE, or Zero Net Energy, compliant starting in 2020. This 900 square foot prototype, simply named Our House, was built using sheet metal framing, bamboo, and wood from trees killed in the last drought. Its purpose is to address the issues at hand by offering a ZNE home that is both water and energy efficient yet still desirable for both urban and rural living. Water conservation is achieved using a state-of-the-art system for collecting and sanitizing gray water. Consumption is monitored and analyzed, which allows the system to offer feedback on usage to influence occupants to adopt a more sustainable lifestyle. Energy is stored in the house's integrated batteries, while an energy management system controls the power use. Although this keeps with the ideas of conservation and sustainability, it only touches upon the final product, as no details are currently available.
This next entry is called the Mushroom House. And for those who are wondering, it's not edible, so don't get your hopes up. Made up of 4 80-ton pods ranging in height from 14 to 20 feet, each one has an open floor plan which allows the whole living area to function as a flowing unit. The entrance opens to the first pod, which houses a foyer, lounge area, and the kitchen, while the second pod contains the living and dining rooms. The remaining 2 pods house the main bedroom and bathing area, as well as the guest accommodations. There's also a main room for entertaining company and a half pod which serves as a deck area to take in the views of the surrounding countryside.
A Norwegian family has built a dome made of toughened glass and aluminum around their off-grid house, which is made entirely from a cob, which is a mixture of sand, clay, and straw in the Arctic Circle. Located on Sandhorny Island, North Norway, the 25-foot-high dome has a diameter of 50 feet, is made up of 360 glass panels, and shields the entire house, allowing the family to grow their own fruit and vegetables inside. They then built a water treatment system where all the water used circulates in tanks and is pumped out into the greenhouse, where plants clean the water and take nutrients from it. Benjamin and Ingrid adopted Hertefolger, which means heart followers, as their family name, and spent $435,000 constructing their dream home.
I can't even put into words how amazing this concept is, but I'm actually going to say some stuff about it just to contradict that last statement. This entry is named A.M.I.E 1.0, and it's made of 2 parts, a structure and a vehicle. And the coolest part? They're both 3D printed. Yeah, mind blown. This off-grid shelter is one of many possibilities of what future living could and should be. It gets its form from joining 2 C-shaped modular panels made from a carbon fiber reinforced polymer tensioned with steel rods. Those are then connected to create a structure that measures 38 feet long, 12 feet wide, and 13 feet high. Power is provided by solar panels and a battery within the enclosure. The vehicle has a gas-powered generator but can also receive power from the structure when not in use. This allows the shelter to be separate from the power grid even at peak demand. Personally, I'm looking forward to seeing where this one goes. How cool would it be to just ship your home anywhere in the world? If you own one of these, that's an option you could take advantage of. The wing house is a little bit of prefab awesomeness integrated into a standard shipping container. The ease with which it can be transported makes for a dwelling that is suitable for long or short-term needs. It starts with a 20 or 40-foot container providing 452 and 883 square feet of space respectively. Each unit comes completely wired for TV, internet, and telephone. There's also pipes in the walls for AC and plumbing. Units can be joined end-to-end, side-to-side, or stacked to create larger structures, making them suitable for a wide range of applications. After arriving on site, it takes only 4 to 5 hours to have a fully functioning unit with no special skills or equipment needed to set one up. A variety of floor plans are available to suit housing needs, with prices ranging from $65,000 up to about $90,000. The 9,900 square foot home was intended to be the first zero-carbon property in the northwest of England. This was to be achieved by generating renewable energy on site via photovoltaic panels, a wind turbine, and a ground source heat pump. Additionally, the builders plan to use locally sourced timber and stone for building materials. The partially underground residence would incorporate a grass roof that blends seamlessly into the contours of the hillside. From above, it takes on the shape of a flower with the positioning and orientation of each section based on the usage of the space to maximize natural lighting throughout the day. Before you get caught up in redesigning your house, be sure and hit that subscribe button below. Also, don't forget to click on that bell icon to keep up with all the latest videos from Mind's Eye Design. This project sits on a 55-acre property in the hills of Malibu and is built from upcycled parts of a Boeing 747. The main residence uses both of the wings and 2 tail stabilizers for the roof. The wings were supported using the existing motor mounts, which further minimized the foundation footprint. This also lessened the need for load-bearing walls and allowed for the use of high-efficiency self-supporting glass. This helps maximize solar gain, natural airflow, and natural lighting. The house actually had to be registered with the FAA so planes flying overhead didn't mistake it for a downed aircraft. 6 basic principles define the design of an Earthship. All of them involve the use of existing natural phenomena and reclaimed materials in their construction. Items such as used tires, aluminum cans, bottles, wood, and metal are used. The beginnings of the structure are formed by using automobile tires packed tightly with earth to form the load-bearing walls for the roof. The fundamental structure allows for it to heat and cool itself. Sun enters through the glass and heats up the floors and walls. When the temperature drops below the stored wall temperature, heat is naturally released into the space. In the summer, the building stays cool with the constant temperature of the earth and natural ventilation. Water comes from rain and snow melt that is collected and filtered, while solar energy provides for the electrical needs. In-home food production is even possible using mini hydroponics. The initial cost of building an Earthship is in line with a conventional home, so if you've ever wondered what it would be like to live off the grid, then this is your chance. Located in Marseille, France, A-Kamp 47 consists of 23 pods, each of which are fixed to a framework attached to a concrete wall. This design creates a sheltered walkway between the wall and the pods, which are composed of an insulated lining and a polyester mesh sheathed in a camouflage pattern. Each one contains thermal blankets, a small storage space, and room for 2 people. The whole thing, which only took 12 hours to set up, is classified as a public space offering temporary shelter for anyone in need. Robert and Ann Hardy bought and converted an unused water reservoir into a house outside of Sidmouth, England. The original water tank was 82 foot in diameter and housed underground. The couple had workers cut out a keyhole-shaped area in the roof and then erect steel girders to support the existing structure. It was then made into a 5-bedroom house with double-height ceilings and floor-to-ceiling double-glazed glass walls. All the rooms of the living area look out onto the atrium, which has a deck, fish pond, barbecue area, and stairs leading up to the roof level. Reservoir to house. That's 6 degrees of separation at its finest. The Humanihut Shelter system is a rapidly deployable, fully integrated solution for short-term accommodations. Designed to be shipped flat, it can be deployed on site in minutes using any suitable lifting device. Each hut is an insulated rigid wall folding structure offering several configurations which allow it to be used in a variety of settings and applications. Features include a full bathroom, electricity, heating, and room to sleep up to 6 people. Multiple huts can be connected to accommodate full families, forming a temporary housing system which includes a kitchen, bathroom, and living room. There are also customizable huts which can be outfitted for standard utilities, bathing facilities, and communal areas. Up until recent years, the shipping container has been thought of as nothing more than an industry workhorse with one use. But the evolution of the housing industry has led to innovations in their use, and not just for living space. The standard container is 8 feet wide and can range in length from 20 feet up to 53 feet. The corrugated steel provides protection from the elements while ensuring strength and rigidity throughout to allow for stacking if necessary. The portability, size, and eco-friendliness contribute to the many applications of these containers. They've been used for everything from urban farms to off-the-grid getaways and are limited only by the imagination of the user. Downtown urban areas are even seeing containers used to house businesses and entertainment, such as the Container Park in downtown Las Vegas. There are companies that offer do-it-yourself plans as well as pre-built kits that can be shipped and installed. Pricing will vary depending on the user's needs, but the standard cost is estimated at about half that of a normal house. This house in Olalla, Washington is known as Snow White's Cottage. The dwelling sits on 7.5 acres surrounded by greenery that gives it a feeling like actually being in a forest setting. The 4-bedroom, 4.5-bath structure was created from a wire mesh covered in plaster, making for a surreal sight as none of the rooms are perfectly square. Handmade doors ensure no two are alike, while hand-carved wooden beams and stained glass windows add to the storybook effect. The roof extends down almost to the ground, which is covered in rocks that are stained in multiple colors. The house is currently on the market for $775,000. If you want to build a crazy house, but your significant other says no, then settle for watching other people's efforts by tapping that subscribe button and clicking that bell icon to stay up to date on all of our latest videos.
Custom geodesic dwell domes by Pacific Domes can hold snow, wind, and rain with insulation, wood stove, and climate control options, making them a perfect shelter for all seasons. The geodesic dome is used by environmentally conscious homeowners, eco-resorts, retreats, and many yoga studios. Depending on the size of the dome, you can create a place of meditation or build a classroom while utilizing the subtle vibrations within the architecture of the dome to complement the philosophy of spiritual harmony and physical well-being. Designer Patrick Marsili proposed a revolutionary solar structure for dome space by Solalia, a dome house that can resist winds up to 150 miles per hour and could also withstand an earthquake up to 8 on the Richter scale. Erected over an elastometric belt and raised off the ground on a concrete pedestal that is solidly anchored to a steel ring gear, there's no contact with the ground, and these are ideal for lands that are typically harder to develop and build on. These are built with 100% ecologically certified wood that has no harmful chemicals, large bay windows, a central chimney that disperses heat evenly throughout the home, and no penetrating humidity. There are 3 models, including the Harmonique, the Eclosion, and the Transit, all in wide-ranging sizes.
If an architect from the future designed the Great Pyramids of Egypt, this is probably what they would have looked like. Not much is known about the structure other than the basic details. It was originally designed and built in 1982 for the architect's personal use. The 2-story single-family dwelling has roughly 3,600 square feet of living space, which includes 4 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. The home last sold in 1995 for $375,000. It's currently valued at around $814,000. I'm guessing this house is immune to depreciation.
Unlike the other entries on this list, NeighborHub isn't a house. It's an eco-friendly structure designed as a collaborative space for people to discuss issues and participate in activities as a community. The goal is to empower local residents to become agents of change by educating them on sustainable themes such as renewable energy, biodiversity, water and waste management, and material choices. The outer wall surface supports solar panels to produce energy for space heating and hot water. Dry toilets recycle waste for compost, while the water reclamation system ensures that everything gets reused. The green roof is used to collect water and grow food, with every surface covered in vegetation, including plants chosen to attract bees. There are also 2 vertical greenhouses, including one with an aquaponic system that allows for the growing of plants and breeding of fish in one system. NeighborHub's use of innovative solutions and design elements is another example of what is needed for a sustainable future.
This entry is an example of a community project taking hold in major cities nationwide. This one, located in Olympia, Washington, is called Quixote Village. Built upon a previous tent city, it consists of 30 tiny homes measuring just 144 square feet. Each one provides all the necessities, including a small kitchen, a bathroom, and sleeping accommodations. Most of these types of projects are intended as a short-term living option while providing residents the help needed to get back on their feet. Current communities can be found in cities such as Dallas, Detroit, Nashville, and Kansas City. This tube-shaped enclosure is actually a movable eco hotel room. The desire claimed to be inspired by organic shapes in nature. As for what those were is beyond me, but I'm just a guy doing YouTube videos, so what do I know? The base of the structure employs an elevated setup to avoid interference with the ground as much as possible. This is done strictly to lessen any damage that may be done ecologically by the placement or removal of the unit. The interior includes a bed, lounge area, and bathroom. A rainwater recycling system provides water for use within the building. The body is made from modular components of steel and wood with a slotted wood facade that helps to mitigate heat. A skylight runs the length of the roof, allowing for natural lighting throughout. Additionally, the spherical windows at each end can open, allowing access to a deck area and promoting an indoor-outdoor environment. Hey everyone, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, click on the bell icon to stay notified of all the latest videos from Mind's Eye Design. Located in northern Portugal, this architectural monument, known as Casa de Penedo, or the Stone House, gets its name from the 4 massive boulders that make up the structure. The only part of the exterior that isn't made from stone are the numerous windows and the door. Completed in 1974, the house has become a tourist attraction, as it was once up for debate on whether it was real until a local news station did a segment on it. The furniture is made of stone and logs, with the couch made from a eucalyptus tree weighing around 770 pounds. Although it's located on a wind farm, surprisingly the house has always been without electricity. If you have a love for the life forms that live in the deep, then this houseboat may be your dream home. Hidden from sight, the underside of the boat is covered in planters which create habitats for fish while helping to purify the water at the same time. The basement has a large window, allowing the occupants to observe the underwater creatures without even having to get their feet wet. On the other hand, the inside is a little less fishy. With a very modern and spacious design, this boat is as gorgeous as it is functional. It uses the water around it for heating and cooling, as well as having a rooftop solar array that provides power to the home. Unfortunately, this one is privately owned and the owners have plans to keep it. But considering how awesome it is, you've got nothing to lose by making them an offer.
The P.A.N. treetop cabins were inspired by the Norwegian snow forest in which they stand. The reason the architects designed the structures high up in the trees was to allow the cabins to blend into the environment without disturbing the natural landscape. If you're worried about being so elevated, you needn't be, as the cabins have been built to withstand the force of more than 2 hurricanes. Each cabin was strategically placed to maximize the entrance of natural light and allow for ambience and warmth in the winter months. The large triangular glass facades allow for close-up but unobtrusive views of the nature below.
This home looks like a big chunk of the Death Star landed on Earth after it exploded. If you don't know what the Death Star is, then you can safely assume we aren't friends. This isn't your run-of-the-mill dome house, though. The designers intended it to look like an incomplete puzzle, with some of the areas scaled up and down just enough to retain the original shape. The floor plan has a bedroom, kitchen, cellar, and main living area with a deck and gardens on either side. The upper floor has 3 more bedrooms and a secondary living area. There's also a rainwater collection system that provides water to the gardens. Who knew the Empire employed such devices?
You don't have to get bored with one view in this home with its 360-degree rotation. Italian design, it's made to be utterly eco-friendly, and it's built with natural materials. It spins on a central pillar, which also allows the solar panels to follow the sun's path throughout the day. One unique feature is its ability to quickly dismantle and be reconstructed in a new location. The interior is well lit by natural light due to its many windows and exudes modern comfort. As the Italians might say, ci piace.
Tenfold Engineering has raised the bar on what a folding structure should be. These homes incorporate the performance characteristics of a solid building into a transportable prefab unit. Each one is made of only 3 components: the pods, the panels, and the chassis. They're designed to be moved again and again, yet ready to use upon deployment. No foundation is needed due to legs and outriggers that adjust for uneven ground. Additionally, no builders or special machinery is needed on site. Once the unit is set, the expansion occurs from the central chassis. It self-deploys with the touch of a button in under 10 minutes to about 3 times its transport size. Furniture and appliances integrate seamlessly into the unit with ample room for power systems, water storage and treatment, HVAC, and any other needed equipment. The modularity of the components allows for easy upgrading or replacement without disruption to any of the other systems. The interchangeable pods let the user incorporate any arrangement of windows, panels, and doors to suit almost any purpose. They can even be stacked and connected in almost any way to create larger structures. There are no geographical boundaries to where these can be installed, which allows for a variety of applications including offices, restaurants, schools, and medical facilities. The company is licensing their technology so that existing manufacturers can adapt to build and assemble the product closer to where it is needed. They hope to lower production costs in addition to promoting employment on the local and regional level. There are multiple buildings to choose from on the company's website. Pricing will be dependent on size, complexity, location, and other logistics.
This design, intended for retirees attracted to Las Vegas, is aptly named Sinatra Living. And before you ask, it does not allow you to live like Sinatra did. If that were the case, I'd already be there and you'd have to find another awesome voice to tell you about it. The design focuses on 3 goals, with the home intended to be a unified solution that can adapt to meet a person's needs as they age. The first is an open and naturally illuminated interior, encouraging exercise by walking around while maximizing visibility. The second is to provide maximum comfort using a net zero energy performance that includes radiant heating, energy recovery, and ductless air conditioning. The third is a responsive healthcare environment. This is done by equipping the structure with smart devices that can enable communication between occupants, caregivers, and healthcare professionals. Features such as a fall detection and alert system add to the safety aspect. If you or someone you know is considering retirement, then this might be the housing option you're looking for.
Located on the slopes of Olmolti Volcano in a mountain forest, the Highlands Camp in Tanzania consists of 8 dome suites. Visitors can drive through the conservation area, which is home to buffalo, zebra, elephants, and leopards. Visitors can climb the Olmolti Volcano or descend into the Ngorongoro crater from camp. Each suite comes with a king-size bed, luxurious bathroom with hot water and flush toilets, and huge bay windows overlooking the Serengeti. The eco-friendly camp collects rainwater off tents and employs a full solar plant to minimize its ecological footprint. The geodesic domes are also efficient because their spherical shape results in more even airflow and less surface area to make them less susceptible to cold or heat. Zhejiang Besta Technology are now the market leader in plastic rotomolding and prefab production. Their entry into the compact home market comes as no surprise. Zhejiang Besta Technology's ability to mass-produce highly specialized plastic products places them at the forefront of this emerging industry. The Galaxy Villa is a prefab dome-shaped smart home with some surprising features. Firstly, the entire home sits on a base that houses an intelligent rotating system. Want sunlight on your face for 12 hours a day? At the touch of a button, the shell of your Galaxy Villa rotates, pointing your windows and doors in whichever direction you want. Suppose you're planning to set this villa up off-grid. In that case, the base cavity contains the housing for the intelligent rotating system and a septic tank and batteries. The exterior also lights up with vibrant LED panels powered by roof-mounted solar panels. The interior is customizable, but the base model includes a generous-sized bedroom and ensuite with large French windows spanning the front of the villa. A panoramic lifting porthole skylight sits on top of the Galaxy Villa, giving owners a chance to stare at the stars before they fall asleep. Do you see the Galaxy Villa as a party weekend house or a sustainable off-grid habitat? Let us know in the comments. When it comes to deciding the perfect shape for strength, both above and below ground, you really can't go past the dome. Its outstanding surface-to-volume efficiency makes it ideal for critical structures. Think biodomes and nuclear power plants.
This home, commissioned by Milt and Sarah Lynn Sidney in 1982, was built above the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu. Rather than adapt the land for building, the architect designed the house around the topography of the slightly sloping mounds. There are two separate buildings connected by a walkway. One is a semicircular space used for dining and entertaining. The other is a long connection of living quarters composed of an office, library, gym, master bedroom, and guest room. These quarters are suspended on concrete pillars with stainless steel pods hanging below, which house a water-based heating and cooling system for each room.
The Pearl, a passive solar structure, is designed by David Franchon and has numerous advantages. The roof's shape, along with the use of thick wooden arches, gives the structure resistance against high winds and earthquakes. Was designed with both the sun's daily and year-round course in mind, takes advantage of the sun's benefits when needed, and protects it from the sun's heat when necessary. Large bay windows in the front of the house take full advantage of the sun's heat in the winter, while the adaptive roof will keep the inside cooler during the hotter summer months. Inclining solar panels help to provide shade when necessary, maximize solar energy, and make the structure more energy efficient.
Travel into the Wapiti Valley and you'll find what appears to be a normal stretch of Wyoming hillside with a log home rising out of the landscape. Take a longer look and you'll find the seemingly normal home is anything but. What started as an everyday project by Lee Smith to provide a home for his family became an obsession for the builder, which led to his divorce and ultimately his death. Built from locally harvested materials, the spur-of-the-moment designs include a total of 5 floors with winding staircases, random balconies and terraces, a crow's nest, and an oversized wind chime. Smith died in 1992 when he fell from an upper floor while working. Since then, the house has sat abandoned but is currently on the market for $750,000. The Flex House is another home from Green Builder Media. Recently shown at CES 2018, it is also a prefabricated module like its fellow Vision Series home, the Arc House. It measures in at 760 square feet, which isn't large but still allows owners to design a home for their specific living needs. The design boasts a smart system that fully integrates with the solar units to serve as its own microgrid and streamline energy usage. The performance of the systems and handcrafted organic finishes augment its sustainability. The curved roof lines and interior space create an open and spacious feel despite its small footprint. Additional modules can be added to enlarge the home if needed. The Flex House is very affordable, with the base models ranging in cost from $85,000 to $100,000. If you happen to be driving along I-70 near Genesee, Colorado, and you see a big UFO sitting on a mountain, don't worry. It's not the edibles kicking in, it's just the Deaton sculptured house. It was designed by architect Charles Deaton and built in 1963. Construction of the exterior took 3 years to complete due to the house's unique shape. A lack of funding led to the house not being finished or occupied for almost 3 decades. The open clamshell design sits atop a 2-story elliptical concrete base, offering a total of 7,700 square feet of living space. It was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 2004 and is currently only used for private events.
Tessa and Dennis, the owners of Natural Spaces Domes, after getting married in the Bear Creek Dome, decided to build one like it for themselves. Their dome was built using environmentally safe and earth-friendly building principles and materials. They wanted a house that exuded textural quality, had visual excitement, and still had warmth and livability. This is a 46-foot, 8-inch diameter geodesic dome, covered in copper-colored Reinke aluminum shakes. If you would like to see step-by-step photos on how the home was built, you can check out the link in the description.
This handy little prefab is the perfect distraction-free add-on to just about any home or business. The simple cube-shaped design is made to be a permanent structure yet still be mobile if needed. Each one is custom-made to the needs of the user and includes LED lighting, a sound system, and climate control. The steel framework, aluminum composite, and high-quality insulation allow the pod to stay cool in the summer and warm in the winter with minimal energy use. Additionally, the closed-cell construction limits outside noise. They're suitable for just about any type of setting as they require no foundation. Setup can be done in as little as 2 hours since very little on-site preparation is needed. There are 4 sizes ranging from 52 square feet up to 184 square feet with prices starting at $25,000. This next entry, located right outside Mexico City, looks like it's straight out of a Lewis Carroll novel. The curved walls and ceiling of this shell-shaped design are integrated with hundreds of small rainbow-colored stained glass windows that provide an almost psychedelic natural light to the flower-shaped couches in the surrounding garden areas. The open floor plan of the house has stone staircases and walkways spiraling out from the ground floor. Moving further into the shell brings you to the rest of the house, which includes a kitchen with a wall-attached dining table and a living room with a spiral couch and TV mounted in a center column. Considering how cool this one looks, you have to wonder why anyone would consider living in a pineapple under the sea. Building a home around a tree isn't a new concept, but there's something about this entry on the list that makes it stand out from all the others that have done so. The tubular-shaped structure is designed to wrap around the entire tree, enveloping the trunk and branches. Metal columns support the floor-to-ceiling windows with concrete and wooden flooring separating the 4 levels of living space. A spiral staircase allows access to every level, as well as adding to the effect of making the tree the central focus of the tower. The estimated price of $325,000 may seem a bit high to some people, but those 360-degree panoramic views may just change your mind. This project came about when the designer drew inspiration from a friend's buildings during a visit to Thailand. A total of 3 domed areas make up the home. The main living area has a couch that can be laid flat for use as a bed. The kitchen area has a countertop with a sink. Underneath is a mini fridge and a swing-out single-burner gas stove. To the left is the bathroom area, which has a plywood door covered with woven bamboo. The jungle-themed bathroom has a shower that allows the water to flow through river rocks to the drain area. The sink was made using local pottery and bamboo. The bedroom area has a queen-size bed with 2 round windows that double as seats. The top of this dome has a gazebo built on it with a bamboo roof and a hammock. Wooden steps leading up to it were carved out of wood from an old temple. Skylights on the domes allow natural light and airflow. Lighting fixtures throughout the structure were custom made using baskets and other items to provide textured patterns on the walls. The estimated cost on this one came to about $9,000. Sometimes great ideas come from unexpected places. In this case, it came from Kasita chairman and co-founder Jeff Wilson testing the limits of habitable space by taking up residence in a 33-square-foot dumpster for a year. Although extreme, the experience resulted in a concept called Kasita. From top to bottom, every last inch is designed for maximum use. It's only 370 square feet in size, but the adaptive reuse of space yields the functional equivalent of 436 square feet. Examples of this include a couch that doubles as a fold-out bed, a washer-dryer unit that utilizes the empty space beneath the kitchen counter, and creative storage solutions. The unit is manufactured in a matter of weeks and can be installed on site in one day. It arrives furnished with a bed, appliances, and an integrated audio-video system. Casitas are stackable, allowing for multiple applications in the housing market. They're priced at $139,000 with a $1,000 deposit needed to secure your spot for the first production run. This structure has great flexibility in its usage due in part to the large open floor plan. Its reasonable pricing and quality workmanship are an added bonus. The building's aluminum base and wood siding, along with its deck area, provide an exterior which strikingly contrasts the simple yet modern elegance contained within. Large sliding glass doors open up to a room with timber flooring, inset wall shelves, and a desk running the length of the wall. A rear window, skylight, and full-height frameless window help provide natural light throughout. Natural insulation as well as underfloor heating help maintain temperature control. The light pod comes in two sizes, a 144 square foot option and a 185 square foot option, with pricing at $32,000 and $36,100 respectively. This futuristic-looking structure, located in Israel, is another one that definitely stands out among the more traditional houses. It's so unique that the architect had to develop and patent new building methods and techniques. The Biomorphic House sits on a hillside 3,280 feet above the Mediterranean Sea. The multi-story dwelling offers an open-floor design with curved flowing walls and extra-high ceilings on each level. The oversized windows are covered with transparent photovoltaic cells connected to a zero-emission power system capable of producing all of the electrical and heating needs for the house. Along with this, they add to the open feeling of the dwelling while providing panoramic views of the sea below. This home, built by Mark and Valerie Sigler, is located on Pensacola Beach, Florida. It's nicknamed the Superdome due to its hurricane-resistant design having survived multiple storms. It started with an airframe construction. A rebar frame was then built and sprayed with concrete and foam insulation. A moisture-repelling sheetrock was used on the walls while the exterior was sprayed with polyurea, which is the same stuff used in the bed of trucks for rhino lining. It provides spectacular views with its 6,000 square feet of living space, but I'm still not sold on hanging out there during the next big storm.
Located in the heart of the Swiss Alps, the White Pod Eco Luxury Motel opened in 2004, and it aims to prove that environmental preservation and hospitality can coexist to create a positive, unique, and quality experience. White Pod has limited motorized transport to the camp, controls the use of water and energy, recycles all waste that is created, and all pods are heated by a pellet stove. In the lodge, you can enjoy skiing, local cuisine, a quiet walk in nature, and many other local activities. Family pods include a large king-size bed, 2 children beds on the mezzanine, a large terrace, and a bathroom with a shower and toilet.
This project came about because the designer decided he wanted to make his own version of a covered wagon. He started with a trailer measuring about 5 feet by 10 feet, which was extended out a few feet in each direction. Steel framework was welded together to create the shape, with discarded wood from local mills used for the body. Due to the variations in the wood, rope was used instead of trim where the walls meet. The open area has a fly screen to keep out the buzzing elements, with a canvas tarp that rolls up and down to allow for airflow. The entrance is at one end with a wood stove on one side and a countertop with a hidden sink on the other. The opposite end of the wagon has a round window that sits above an extendable bed. A slide-out table and bench seating on each side offer space for up to 6 people. No pricing is available on this one as it was a one-off project. Let us know in the comments if you could see yourself living in one of these mini homes, and if so, which one is your favorite? This nano home is perfect for a person or couple wanting a starter home, but their modularity allows them to be arranged in many configurations to provide for multiple families as well. The prefab design is built to buyer specifications, then shipped to its destination where it can be used on or off grid. The structure's lightweight requires no foundation, which allows for it to be placed on any area at least 258 square feet in size using small footings or earth anchors. Each unit offers a 186 square foot living space with a 96 square foot loft for sleeping. Standard options include a kitchen area with a fold-out dining table, a bathroom and shower, and an extra room in the back that can be used as a workspace or guest room. There's also a covered deck that can be attached to provide for more indoor-outdoor living. Prices currently range from $22,800 to $67,600 depending on the size and amount of customization. This oddly cool home, inspired by the Flintstones, came about due to the building constraints implemented by the local conservancy. Sitting on almost 23 acres, the single-story freeform structure is modest, having only one bedroom and 2 bathrooms. Composed of steel and concrete, the unique look of the exterior was created by scrubbing the stucco while it was still wet, providing a decomposed granite look. Giant glass window expanses allow for 360-degree views of the surrounding mountains, valleys, and the Pacific Ocean. Hong Kong's housing shortage is due to several factors, including a lack of space to build in one of the least affordable housing markets in the world. The James Law Cybertexture firm has created what it believes can be a solution for those in need of reasonably priced accommodations. It's called OPod tube housing. It starts with a retrofitted 8.2-foot wide concrete water pipe laid on its side. A circular door, which opens via smartphone, doubles as a window to let in light. Standard features are those that would be needed for any apartment. A folding bench doubles as a bed. There's room for a microwave, mini fridge, and an air conditioner. There's also shelving for storage and rails for hanging clothing. The rear part of the pipe is partitioned off to form a bathroom area with a shower and toilet. All this in a living area roughly 100 square feet in size. The architect is currently in negotiations with local governments to start installing OPods. The expected rent for one will be around $400 per month.
If you enjoyed this video, you could help us out by hitting the like button, subscribe, and keep up to date on future posts. The Skysphere is a DIY project taken to another level, or another planet entirely. This futuristic man cave shows what hard work can get you. A 33-foot tall, solar-powered structure offering 360-degree views of the countryside. Williams did most of the construction himself, picking up skills like welding in the process. But all this work meant the project only cost him around $50,000 and 3,000 man-hours. With a fingerprint scan to enter the building, abundant voice-controlled features, and the ability to